or finish it. It's like the
All right.
eighth team meeting where you're, I'm going to finish my folders.
Okay. Okay, Diego, you don't have to turn on your mic just to hear us hear you laugh funny.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that I'm laughing.
Is that everybody?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
missing anyone? Has everyone got their buddy?
We got the buddy system.
Okay. Let's get fucking started then.
3, 2, 1, go!
We make offers, we talk fast. Never gonna miss it if you think big cash. What's up, offers? Fucking deals. Tell us to sell it over. West biggest source of
Southwestern's biggest source of deals.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Shahir, let's hear your last successes.
I assigned Fairview, which was a huge success, so you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, first deal of the year.
Also, I hopped on the phone call with Mo, and we kind of workshop some deals that he's currently working on. Because I'm just like, yo, it would be pretty sick if you assign a deal, or like if you do like a deal and then kind of like enter the ecosystem. I think it'll be much better for the momentum. So that's what we're trying to do right now. I'm helping him get a deal. And then today's plan is to book more walkthroughs. I have to go to Fairview to waive off the conditions, have more conversations. And the priority for today is to present one offer and send one offer.
Cool. Let's just make sure we grab that check from them before we hand them that waiver.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Shahir. Great work on getting your flyers out early, because obviously that contributed to an early success.
100%.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Well, we know the flyers still work.
Yeah.
Biggest win, I guess, on the weekend would be, what do you call it? Going over a lot of like person-to-person interaction videos online, just to improve my like walkthroughs and offers, and just reading people in general, and message a couple Kijiji ads. Top priority for today is to call that multifamily lead that you workshop with Tyler and I, and just to get a confirmed walkthrough. I called him twice on the weekend, but I guess that's just his office phone. So I left him a voicemail, but I'm gonna reach out this morning to him. And besides that, today, I also want to get a hold of 169 James Street buyer, just to ask about the amendment, just to give the seller like an update, like what day will it be between the 18th and the 28th, and recall some Kijiji ads that I messaged.
Awesome, man. And no workshop items for us?
Yeah, I guess I had kind of one. I was wondering about the, so like our referrals.
Yep.
Like leads to the realtors. Like, do we have a sheet that like we just input it on like a Google Doc, and then do those leads go right away to somebody, or does somebody transfer those within a couple of days?
Yeah, so we don't currently have a process laid out for that, but what would likely happen is I would go to that sheet, review it, make sure all the info we need is there, and then I would just manually send it to them. But yeah, I'm seriously fucking looking forward to doing that. Because like there's honestly a couple $1 million of business there, and like at least 50 grand per person of like for taking. So and I mean net, like to the wholesaler. So yeah, I cannot wait to send off some of those leads.
Okay.
So if you've got a bunch, let me know, man.
All right.
Yeah, so wins from this weekend, went over all my past deals with Rebecca. I think it was on Friday, so that was good to go through and get done. Went over a couple Kijiji deals with Jordan as well, just for reviewing, and looked at some data as well this weekend. So nothing to workshop currently, but for today's plan is to follow up with Canada Post, just make sure the flyers are going to go through properly, because we sent them out on Monday. They must just be busy, right? So that's main priority, is just get those flyers out. And yeah, folders are ready. I'm ready. So it's just a matter of getting those phone calls coming in to start getting some walkthroughs. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
Thanks,
Oh,
Tom.
and Adam, I also put my flyer expense sheet in the folder for you.
My biggest win from the weekend was that I took care of a lot of parking lot items that have been just kind of bothering me. And I want to workshop the part of our email list, the second portion of it that has like that detailed questionnaire. It seems that people aren't getting that right away. Is that automated or is that a manual process?
Yeah, so they won't get that right away. So basically that is a process that takes maybe like 10 to 20 minutes to receive sometimes. It can be right away, but it isn't always.
That's not right away. It seems like right away.
Yeah, but like, is it automated or is it a manual thing?
It's automated, yeah.
Because it seems that people aren't getting that link. I've had 2 people say that to me lately.
Is it in their junk folder?
If it is, it shouldn't be. But
If
I
they
guess
have their
I can
tabs
ask them that.
if they have their tabs separated, like with marketing stuff going into one tab or with like junk or certain things flagged, because we're using and it's like an email marketing software, sometimes those emails will go into junk. So they have to just, promotions. So they have to make sure they like sort those emails coming from us as something in their primary inbox.
Okay, I'll follow up with them and ask them if they got them there. That should probably fix it. Next time when I talk to someone about the email list, I'll make sure to tell them to check their promotions folders and things like that.
Nice, yeah.
Maybe that could be something to tweak on the first page, like when they fill out their name and email, just say, make sure to, like a asterisk, make sure to check your spam or promotions thing. That could be an easy tweak on the website.
Nice. Love that.
Yeah, that sounds good, thank you.
All right, and then today I want to bang out the rest of my folder situation. Last week was like so gay, like I really wanted to get that done, but I fucking didn't. So I want to have that done.
That's day 100 of that. So set yourself a fine if you don't finish that today.
Yeah, I know. I will do that. What should
What's
that
the
be?
fine? You just lose your AirPods for a week or something? Like
No.
no vape for a month if you don't finish it today.
Okay.
You
no
have to
vape,
wear
so-
fucking pants for an entire month if you don't finish it.
Okay. I might as well just die at this point.
Or finish it. It's like the
All right,
8th team meeting where you're I'm gonna finish my folders.
Okay. Okay, Diego, you don't have to turn on your mic just to hear us hear you laugh, buddy.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that I'm laughing.
All right, anyways, looking forward to you having your folders situated.
All right, anyway, I have my money sheet I'm processing that to focus on my personal finances so that I'm gonna get a good chunk done of that today. Making a list of my all the prices and wholesale fees that I did for Rebecca just to finish off our Zoom call. And then I'm gonna be following up with the lawyer. I emailed her last week, still haven't seen anything back, so I'm gonna see what the fuck's holding her up. And then I'm gonna follow up with the offer I made on, I think it was Thursday. And then because he was gonna let me know what his parents said, and then if not, I was gonna get him on that realtor referral list. And I told him I'm just gonna do it, not gonna ask, like, because I already knew I was over 300K underneath their asking price, so I just tossed it in there. If this doesn't work for you, we have the realtor referral. And he was already asking me about like, oh, what's their commission, etc. So he's kind of interested in that. And then I got to contact Mark Smith about being on the podcast, which I can already cross off my list because he just contacted me minutes ago. So I'm going to be on his podcast. And then I've kind of been planting the seed with Rise, and I'm going to try to get on as many podcasts this year as possible. So
Nice.
My number one priority is to work on my money sheet.
Awesome. Thanks for bringing that workshop item too. Really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I think that
yeah.
sounds like a good fix.
So, do you want me to execute on that, or is someone going to take care of that?
I believe that's Rebecca's domain.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
thank you, Rebecca.
I got it covered. I got it covered. I'll just add like a little statement on the website for our buyers list at the bottom.
Perfect.
All right, cool. So wins for this weekend, I had 9 walkthroughs, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for a duplex that's closing this month, 483 Wellington Street, Ben and I, the buyer, went to go see the tenants yesterday to make sure that they're ready to go. We paid them some money for their movers to make sure that they're out because it's vacant possession, so we don't want to have the closing get pushed on that. I got a verbal yes at one of the walkthroughs, and I'm waiting to hear back from that today. So he's going to see lawyers and talk to him, and then moved into Shelton last night. Workshop items. 236 Sydenham closed December 15th. Did we get paid from that?
Is that Jeff Bell one?
Yep.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that.
Okay. And then again, the referral thing, I was actually going to bring that up too. So should I just tell you every single time I put a lead in there?
Yeah, so we'll have to kind of experiment with how we're doing this, but I think that would work is if every morning on the team meeting, if somebody has added something to that list, let's just address that. And then that way I know how many I'm sending, and hopefully we can send a few at a time, because each day you guys should have now, like each day from now on, you guys will probably have several calls coming in on a daily basis. So we should almost be adding 20 fucking names at least to that list basically every day. So we'll probably send it daily after the team meeting.
Okay, dope. And then we have a couple of closings coming up in the next week. I've already followed up with some of the buyers, but the 421 Lydia Street buyer, I don't really have contact with him. So I don't know, Rebecca, if you want to follow up with him, make sure that he's good for closing because it's closing this Friday. And yeah, so to my plan for today, I have a walkthrough at noon. I'm going to prep all the offers for the walkthroughs I did this weekend, and I'll call them to set up offer presentations today or tomorrow. Quentin and I will book walkthroughs for potential new mansions because he's at his parents right now. So he's just going to do the walkthroughs and just FaceTime me. And then number one priority, I can get at least 5 offers written today, and then I'm going to get the comps for the rest of the offers.
Awesome. Also, just Amar, can I add to your list? Like, can you just follow up with Quentin? He was asking me like what he needs to bring and stuff. So can you just advise him on what a wholesaler needs to have to be a wholesaler? And then probably just give him an inventory of whatever furniture and shit's available in that other room.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, for me, big wins over the weekend. I got 3 walkthroughs scheduled for today, possibly 4. Just waiting for a call back from the guy. And then I got, well, this is a big personal win for me, but I have enough videos now to start my YouTube. So I've scheduled them to start this week. So I'm excited about that. And then, yeah, just starting to get a little bit more traction on the calls. I'm guessing the Barry and Aurelia flyers are not there yet. So yeah, slowly getting the Stratford ones right now. Working closely with my realtor just to see what's on the MLS also. For today, number one priority is doing those walkthroughs, and I want to do offers on those 3 properties. So yeah, pretty much that. And yeah, that's it.
When did you drop off your Stratford flyers, Diego?
It was on the 4th.
So like Monday or Tuesday, probably.
Yeah. So Monday, the first day last week, exactly 1 week ago.
Okay,
Monday.
cool.
But I dropped those in Stratford.
Yeah, okay. Because I dropped my Woodstock flyers on Monday last week, and I still haven't gotten a call, so I'm just.
I've
curious.
just gotten 3 calls. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I imagine they're pretty busy right now, but also like just based on whatever happened with our last set of flyers being dropped off, like Canada Post called several times, then sent that email. So hopefully somebody followed up with those Dresden deliveries. But I think it's really important, guys. Like this is literally the number one driver for our business is these flyers. So spend as much time as necessary to make sure that they're properly boxed, properly labeled, properly dropped off at whatever depot they're supposed to go to. Because if you don't have the flyers, you don't have any business. So it's kind of interesting. We just want to avoid any unnecessary hiccups there. Just it's so important that that runs smoothly. And I'll probably just have to set up a reminder right now for you guys to, if you've already sent out probably half of your inventory of flyers, this is a great time to order another version of that quantity. Like I think you should always have 50,000 available. You know, I'm thinking about supply chain interruptions and potentially any of our our people, like if M&T just doesn't fucking have ink someday or their printer breaks or whatever and it takes a lot longer, like we should have at least one more large drop available to us because we just don't want to stall out. So I think that's really important to focus on for us. Rebecca, did you have anything before I get into my couple workshop things?
Just real quick, the big win would be just connecting with Mike, Tyler, Shahir, and Amar just about your previous buyers. So that's going to really be a good opportunity for us to build some testimonial content. So really looking forward to that. Yeah, with Shahir's deal, really excited about that one. We got 10K more than we were hoping for, so that's sick.
That's sick. And
workshop items. Don't have anything too crazy for today. Just have a few things to work on from this meeting, and then just kind of building up our testimonials is going to be my big project for today.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, a couple of things I want to go over. There's one or two details in the KPIs that we'll probably have to review. And this is all good because I expected some issues at the start because we've sort of relabeled some things, but I'm going to share my screen in a second for that. The other thing is there's just a couple little details I want to iron out for 2021 so that we're doing the best job we can and just being as efficient with our time and our marketing and everything else as we possibly can. Just we're all going to get busier this year, and if we're sending this level of flyers, we should be very busy, and that's going to mean a couple of things. You guys are going to be doing a lot of walkthroughs, so it's going to be very important to manage those folders and manage your calendar and actually have a solid game plan for how to address the hundreds of calls that will come in, at the same time as having a appropriate level of follow-up with those sellers and actually being on time for things and not like letting people slip through the cracks. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is we should leave a little bit more time or at least get a warning order for the offer specialist. Currently that's me, but if this was anybody else, like I know they would have the same expectation. So if we can leave a little bit more time, like the last couple offers I've written, some of them have been like, hey, like I need this offer in the next like hour or two. And that's fine once or twice, but it's going to be a real challenge when we've got each person sending 100,000 flyers a month. That's going to translate into a significant number of offers, I think. I think the way I'm looking at it this year, we're probably sending a couple thousand offers, minimum a couple thousand, which means like that's technically like a fuckload a day, right? That's like 6 a day minimum. And so when that type of stuff is happening, it can just be important that we have a little bit more lead time to be able to prepare for any one offer. And while it's still currently me doing the offers, like I do have scheduled calls and one-on-ones and like different things that can easily fall into those time slots. So if you know you're going to have a time sensitive offer coming up, like a text or some sort of message a couple hours before is useful. And then as well as any other info that we have. Because like if I know I'm going to be busy, but you have the geo, we can write up an offer with a blank price, or we can do something to work around the time restraint. I just want to make sure that we're staying efficient there. And then one other detail that I wanted to cover on this team meeting was just making sure that When people follow up with us for an opportunity, we want to be able to give them concrete facts, right? This is the price. This is the closing date. These are the terms. This is the value that we've brought to you. Also from a professional standpoint where, if somebody asks us what the price is, we should be very concrete about that and be able to tell them. And it also, it covers our flank, right? Because if we share things, I remember sharing this on an earlier team meeting, maybe last year sometime, but at one point I was in my fourplex renovating the fourplex, and I just wanted to show the drywall work that had happened. And my camera passed over one window in the fourplex. And I literally got 2 DMs of people being like, oh shit, you bought on Hamilton Road. And like, literally, I had never said the address, the street name or anything. And I passed that window for like 2 frames of this fucking video, and they had locked it down, the full location. They generally knew the intersection and everything. And that took like 2 seconds of somebody seeing a part of a story. So I just want us to be pretty careful with how we're showing product before we actually have it. That being said, I think content generation and lead generation is still an important task. So one of the ways that we can overcome that challenge is by taking video just on your iPhone, but not necessarily straight to live. And then after we've got a contract, after we've got all that shit, post the walkthrough, post the video, post whatever, post the street, post you doing shit, door knocking or going to walkthroughs or whatever that is. I just think we really need to focus on getting the contract first so that we don't expose ourselves to competition, but also just so that we stay on the right side of the law and professionalism. So those were 2 important things I wanted to cover. And then finally, I will open up the KPIs here and give you guys a quick rundown here. So this is a couple things that we need to just workshop here, I'm sure. Again, no worries, because this is new language. So one of the things that we wanted to capture this year was how much volume of real estate we're actually doing. And volume of real estate is going to be the actual purchase price of the house. So Shahir, if you wouldn't mind going back and changing this assignment volume to the amount of real estate plus the wholesale fee. So 340,000. Right? I think it was 340. That sort of informs us what our actual commission rate is now, right? Because before, when this was 40 and that was 40, it was just 100%. But obviously that's not true. So now that that's updated, we can see that, we're smoking Jeff Weibo and his 5% commission because we just took down an 11.76. Okay, so that's actually really interesting data for us to have. We also see here that Shahir has made 3 offers, got 1 accepted, and that 1 got assigned. So I'm just going to have to actually capture that data too, which is good that we're running through this. So one more line that I'll add then is accepted offers to deals done, so that we actually have the percentage of how many of our deals get assigned once they're accepted. And then you can see here we've got a bunch of 0 still for referral volume. So first person that does a referral deal and gets it sold, I will buy you a money clip if you want, a gold money clip. How about that? Because I'd love to see these stats start to work just to make sure that my design actually works on the sheet. Flyer sent. Sorry, somebody have something?
Yeah, for incoming calls, you obviously want us to track every single call we get, or do you think it's good to maybe just track calls from the flyers?
Like, where are you getting your other calls from?
Just randoms, like sometimes buyers. Like,
yeah. Sorry. So just calls from sellers, please.
Okay. Yeah.
So like I don't care if it's like Kijiji or Flyers or whatever, because like realistically, you're only going to get like a handful of calls from other sources, so that won't skew the stats too bad. But yeah, please just from sellers. I should have been more clear on that. Thanks, Tyler. That's a great point, actually. And then, so once we're past that, we can see here we've actually sent out 350,000 flyers, which is awesome. And Shahir's return on flyers is a lot. He's made a lot of money relative to what he's spent already. And then we can see here that we've committed to planting pretty much 18 trees already, which is fantastic as well. Jordan's done some door knocking, so congrats on making it outside and doing some door knocking. Lots of walkthroughs from Amar's court. So if I had to guess, I would bet that Amar and Shahir will have the best month they'll be the top two for this month. And then we've got a bunch of other stats here for you guys as well. So we've got essentially the stats on, how many calls will it take for you to get an offer, or rather how many offers do you make from the calls that you get? How many walkthroughs do you get from the number of calls that you get? And then, because this is an interesting stat, right? So essentially it looks like Amar doesn't offer on every one of his walkthroughs. He offers on about 1/4 of them.
I still got like 9 offers to send out this week.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see the stats sort of escalate over time. So it's more, again, we've got a really small sample size right now. So these stats are too fresh to even comment on, but over time we'll see after 1 month, we'll be able to see how many walkthroughs you go on from the calls that you get, and then how many of those that you offer on. And I think there will be a solid correlation between how many walkthroughs and offers you make to the money that you make. So, and then we can see from Shahir, generating leads here, 3.7% of his calls turn into deals so far, which is a fascinating stat, right? Because if that stat stays true over large numbers, that means we know exactly how many leads we will need to generate and how many flyers it took to get there to be able to get to a deal, which is a really interesting piece of information to have. And then we also know that Shahir essentially converts 11% of his walkthroughs into real money, which is fucking awesome. So 1 out of every 10. So yeah, this is off to a great start. We've already spent, the company spent $25,000. So we've already spent essentially $54,000 on flyers, which is fucking awesome. So excited for that level of spend, because we know that spend turns into real money in the bank and gets everybody paid. So congrats, Shahir, again. And I'm really looking forward to these offers. And it looks like everybody's on pace to start the year off with a fucking sprint, which is just awesome. So super excited for you guys. I think we're going to hit our goals. We're trying to get to 200,000 this month to stay on pace for the targets that we've set. So if somebody's got 160 grand to pull out, we've only got 20 more days. Let's give her. Awesome. That's it for me, guys.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Deals.